Welcome back. We are live. I am Barry Long 2. This is Go Long Live with Barry Long 2. Do not forget the 2. And we are live on CoachellaValley.com, CoachellaValley.tv. We are live on today'scalifornia.com. We're live on Facebook. The response has been well. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in lately, that has been liking the page, that has been subscribing, that has been sharing the posts. And we're just going to continue on pushing along. Once again, my name is Barry Long 2. And today I had to switch up the hat. You like the Bayside Tigers hat? Where's all my Saved by the Bell fans at? I used to love Saved by the Bell growing up. Of course, you had Zach Morris, but you also had Kelly Kapowski. Woo! Kelly Kapowski. So, I was a fan of Saved by the Bell. Had to get the little hat. Also, we are looking for sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor the show, please inbox me. I'm at Barry Long 2 on Facebook, just Barry Long II. Or you can hit up Craig Campbell at Craige, Craig with an E, at CoachellaValley.com. And let us know if you'd like to sponsor the show. But it's been a great playoff so far. And we saw game 1 of the NBA Finals last night. We had the Bucks versus the Suns, 118-105. The Suns were successful. And CP3, can't say enough about this guy. He was spectacular. He was sensational. All the adjectives that you come up with, he was special. He was saucy. He was silky. He was smooth. He was all of that and more. And it was just a great performance to see him go off the way that he did. 32 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. And what he really did was he controlled the pace of the game. And from the jump, it just felt like the Phoenix Suns had that little bit of extra push. And I know that the fans is incredible out there in Phoenix. And I know that, the motivation is up there. They're playing at home. You're comfortable. You slept in your own bed the night before. So I understand that, Phoenix, was very comfortable. But they just played amazing. And when you talk about Devin Booker, Devin Booker went off yesterday as well. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And they really couldn't stop that high pick and roll from the Suns. You bring up DeAndre Ayton and you get that little pick and roll action going, and you have to choose whether or not you're going to go back and you're going to try to stop that lob action at the rim with DeAndre Ayton, or you're going to back off of Chris Paul and let him shoot the mid range or the 3, and Devin Booker as well. So it was just a really, really good performance by a great team. And I think that it's time that we start talking about the big 3. This is a big 3 in Phoenix that they have: Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. And a lot of times we talk about, you need 3 superstars in order to win a championship in this league. When you had the Miami Heat team, you had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And then you also, even before that, you had the Boston 3 party. with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. And we've seen other big 3s form around the league. We've seen big 2s form around the league with LeBron and AD. But I think that it's about time that we start officially considering them as a big 3. And moving forward, I'm not sure how many years Chris Paul has left in this league. He's 35. He's in his 16th year of this league. He's still the president Players Association. He's got a lot of responsibilities, got a lot of commercials that he's shooting right now. But Chris Paul is definitely going to be in this league for the next 2, maybe 3 years. And I give him 2 more solid years of playing good basketball at a high level. And Devin Booker, he's going to be in the league for a long time to come. DeAndre Ayton, he's going to be in the league for a long time to come. And they're going to be Suns for a long time to come. So I think that it's especially time that we start looking at this trio as a big 3. And then let's say Chris Paul, when he decides to retire, now if these Phoenix Suns do win a championship, now you're talking about Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton know how to win. And you can funnel any facilitator, point guard who likes to distribute the rock in that Chris Paul role, not just any, because Chris Paul is a special player, but you can get a solid point guard to run the show, and then you've got those guys who know how to win now all of a sudden. And when you talk about The rest of the roster, you got Mikal Bridges, who's young. He's knocking down shots. Crowder is a guy who provides that toughness. He's knocking down shots as well. He's knocking down three-pointers as well. He can be replaced. So as long as you keep this core together, you could be looking at potentially a dynasty in Phoenix. Maybe not a dynasty, but definitely a team that is in the mix every single year and a contender for the Western Conference Finals. Once again, we are live on today's California.com and Valley.com. My name is Barry Long. Thank you to everybody who is liking, everybody who is watching live. Thank you also to everybody who's watching this recording back on Facebook. But yeah, we're talking NBA Finals. And we had a great performance by Chris Paul. Like I said, 32 points, 9 assists. Devin Booker played amazing. 27 points, 6 assists. But when you look at DeAndre Ayton, 22 points, 19 rebounds. And this is what this man does. He is dominant. He can catch the lobs. He's got great touch when it comes to, back to the basket. He's just a phenomenal center. And he's an old school center. And they're getting it done in the old school way. And this is a great display of just traditional basketball by the Phoenix Suns. They can beat you with their guards. They can beat you with their big men. And they don't like to run these little small lineups like the death lineup that the Warriors run when they put a small guy at the 5 and Draymond Green. And we've seen other teams do the same thing. The Clippers did it as well, maybe because of injuries, but they still did it. But no, Phoenix didn't change. They don't change their lineup. DeAndre Ayton doesn't matter. If you put a real 5 in there or you put somebody who's stretching the floor, it just seems like this team knows how to defend. And when you look at the big three, I mean, you're going to have to deal with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton for a long, long time to come. And Chris Paul, they said he switched up to this vegan diet. They said he's eating healthier. He's living right. And he might be around for a few more years to come. So I'm just very, very impressed with this Phoenix team. And when you have Mikal Bridges in the corner and you have Jay Crowder in the corner and they're knocking down their shots, they're playing at a high level, then this team is unbeatable. And I said this at the beginning of the playoffs, that this team was a real threat. And it seemed like the gates of heaven just opened up for Chris Paul with injuries, okay? And yeah, you some people might say that there's an asterisk that needs to be by, next to somebody's championship ring when a major player from another team gets injured and goes down. But I don't think that way. I just think that that's the luck of the NBA. That's the way it works, okay? But the first round, the Phoenix Suns, who they face? The Los Angeles Lakers, who got one of their best players, Anthony Davis. Just luck, okay? The next round, who they face? They face the Denver Nuggets. Because you remember, Suns in 4 guy got into a fight with Denver Nuggets fans. Who did they lose? The Denver Nuggets lost Jamal Murray, who became a superstar in the NBA bubble last season, right before the playoffs. So that's another luck of the draw for Paul. Okay, another dominant player on an opposing team in the playoffs that they do not have to face. Then the next round, who do they face? The Los Angeles Clippers. Who doesn't play? Kawhi Leonard. Okay, their best player. So for whatever reason, it just so happened that the star players of the teams that the Phoenix Suns had to face this season ended up getting injured. And that's no Chris Paul's. That's just the way that the NBA works, baby. So I think that, yeah, it's been an incredible run by this team, but it's also been an incredible, a luck draw for this team. So shout out to the Phoenix Suns. But one thing that cannot be overstated is the job that Monty Williams is doing. Now, we know Monty Williams. He played in the NBA for a long time, for a few years. He was, he played for the Spurs, is one of the most teams that most people remember him and recognize him from. But he's also been coaching all the time. And Monty Williams, his wife was killed in a head-on car collision in Oklahoma City in 2016. He handled that with grace. He handled that with just passion and such resolve that it really, really rocked the NBA community. And he had a lot of support from the NBA community, but he also had to become a single father in that. And he's done an incredible job doing that. And he's still coaching. And he's had a few stints. He was once the coach of Chris Paul with the New Orleans Hornets. And they ended up becoming the New Orleans Pelicans eventually. But these two have a long history together. And as you can see right there, they both look a lot younger. Chris Paul, Chris Paul was a rookie. He was rookie of the year with the New Orleans Pelicans. But these two bumped heads when they first got together in New Orleans, and there was a little bit of controversy, and eventually it led to Paul, wanting to depart and wanting, greener pastures, and he came out to LA and became a Clipper. But when Chris Paul factored in where he wanted to go after being underappreciated as a Houston Rocket, he went to Houston and they basically just put him on the shelf because it was James Harden's show. Okay. Then he goes back to Oklahoma City, where he once was with Montgomery Williams. And then he shows us that he can help develop a young roster and get these guys, these young players, these younger players. So then we finally see him go in out. Oh, and we are joined live by Craig Campbell. He is live in Orange County. How you doing, Craig?
Hey, I just wanted to say hello. I'm really enjoying the show, and just wanted to show you my beautiful view out here. Sawdust Festival, I was at the pageant of the Masters also last night, and I sat down, turned you on, and I'm just having a little bit of salmon salad coming up. So back to you, my friend. Talk to you later.
Do you have to brag like that? Oh, man. I'm out here in 110, 100 plus degree weather, and Craig Campbell is out there in Orange County living it up. But shout out to Craig Campbell. Thanks for everything that he does. We are on CoachellaValley.com. Thanks to everybody at CoachellaValley.com. Thanks to Today's California. This is Go Long Live with Barry Long 2. Don't forget the 2. So, yeah, we were discussing Monty Williams, and he had an illustrious, run in the NBA as far as a player and a coach, but he's never gotten to the pinnacle. He finally seems like he will get to the pinnacle this season. And when we look at the Bucks side, Giannis Antetokounmpo eventually was able. At first, they said that he was going to be questionable. Then they said he'd be probable, and then they said he would be playing. And when the game first started, it looked like Giannis of old. It looked like he was not walking gingerly. He was attacking. He was aggressive, and he came out in the first half. He looked like Giannis that we know and the Giannis that we love. But he kind of faded in the second half. And when you look at the rest of the team, we had Middleton, who had a great game. We always talk big about needing these two guys right here, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, to step up in order for them to sustain anything in this game. They're going to have to, in this series, have to play well. And not just play well at home. They're going to have to play well on the road at least one game, okay? Because there's 4 games on the road in Phoenix, 3 games at home in if the series does go 7 games. So they're going to have to play out of their minds at least one game on the road in order if they want to take this series. So Drew Holiday was a little bit of a rough game for Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday had 10 points. He did have 9 assists, so he was being a facilitator, and 7 rebounds. But Drew Holiday, in game 6 of the series against the Hawks, Drew Holiday was very aggressive. He was super aggressive, and he was taking over. And we saw that Drew Holiday that was an all-star at one point. And we said, hey, this guy, if he plays like this, when Giannis comes back and Chris Middleton plays like this, woo, look out. Look out. But no, he wasn't aggressive as he was in game 5 and 6 of the Hawks series. And as a result, we saw the Bucks lose. And and Brook Lopez had 17 points. But Brook Lopez, like I said, that's what he's going to give you. Okay, you need these guys. You need Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday to step up on the road. We know they're going to play well at home. Okay, we know they're going to play well at home. But what we need them to do is play well on the road. So with that being said, I'm going to give you my pick for this series. I did not get my pick yet, but I am going to just continue to rock with the Suns. I am going with the Suns, not in 4. I'm not going with the Suns in 4. I'm going to go with the Suns in 6. Okay, I say the Suns will take it in 6, and it will be. I think that they're going to win on Milwaukee's floor. They're going to celebrate there. Then they're going to get back to Phoenix with an amazing reception. It'll be like when the college teams win the national championship or when a college basketball team wins the March Madness. It'll be like that kind of atmosphere at the airport. I believe we will see tears from Chris Paul. I believe we'll see Monty Williams, Tavares Montgomery Williams. That's his full name. Don't let the Monty fool you. But yeah, I believe that it's going to be a very emotional game for them. But I do believe that they will win 6. Now, Monty Williams. I wanted you to remember Monty Williams because Monty Williams, who comes from a great coaching tree, that is Greg Popovich. Anybody who knows basketball knows that man on the left. He is the longtime coach for the San Antonio Spurs, a 5-time champion. Also coaches for the Olympics. He has a coaching tree. As a matter of fact, that is his coaching tree. As you can see, some notable names on there. Mike Brown, who used to coach for the Lakers, as well as the Cavaliers. You also see Doc Rivers. Woo, Doc Rivers on the coaching tree. He's got Jacques Vaughn on the coaching tree. But the two that I really want you to look at is the two on the far screen, Monty Williams, and the one at the bottom right of your screen, Mike Budenholzer. Those are your two coaches left in the NBA Finals right now. So shout out to Greg Popovich. You know he must sit back like a proud father watching his only kids that made it. It's like, man, look at what I did. You know he's sitting there, everybody telling the wife, telling the kids, telling people that are watching the game with him that I taught him everything he knows. I taught him everything he knows. So, but he is very humble. He's probably not doing that, but it's got to be an amazing experience to watch two coaches that came out of your coaching tree be coaching in the NBA Finals against one another. Now, speaking of Greg Popovich, he is coaching. He's 73 years old now. He's coaching the Olympics, and this may be his final Olympics. This may be his final year coaching the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I wanted to talk about the Olympics a little bit. I wanted to bring up, this is the Olympic team for 2020. This is the Olympic team that we're throwing out there. It seems like we got a little issue going on there. A little technical difficulties. This is live TV. And once again, you are watching Go Long Live Very Long 2. And we are live on Today's California and CoachellaValley.com. All right, so yeah, this is the Olympic team. We got the Olympic team for 2020. You got Bam Adebayo from the Heat. You got Bradley Beal. You've got Devin Booker. Now, you've got Kevin Durant, who was a late draw. You got Draymond Green, Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, okay, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, who we just talked about, and Jason Tatum as well from the Celtics. Now, I know that we have a reputation as the United States dominating in the Olympics. We've done it since 1992, the Dream Team. Okay, we've done it since the Dream Team. Okay, look at all the people on that roster. Oh my! You got Patrick Ewing, who should not. Now Patrick, you know damn well you was born in Jamaica. Patrick, I believe there's a waiver that they can sign in order to allow you to play for a team that, let's say, you went to high school. Because Patrick Ewing did go to high school in the United States, but he didn't come to the United States until he was about like 12. So yeah, Patrick Ewing knows it damn well. Your butt was not supposed to be on that team. But anyway, we had Patrick Ewing, we had Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, Clyde the Glide. You also had Chris Mullins, you had Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, Christian Laettner, Magic Johnson, and none other than that man right there, Michael Jordan. Okay, this was the year, 1992 was the year we said, you know what, screw it. We are going to go over there. We're going to show the world that we are the best basketball in the world, and there is no competition whatsoever. So we sent over the best players from the NBA. We dominated in dominating fashion. It was beautiful to watch. It actually put us on the world stage and made the game, the NBA, kind of grow organically internationally, because now all of a sudden we were exposed to the rest of the world. So the game was exposed to the rest of the world. And you started having people in other countries that say, hey, I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be like Mike. And then now you have guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who grew up in Greece. You have guys like, dare I say, Ben Simmons, who grew up in Australia, Luka Doncic from Serbia, who, wanted to play in the NBA because of the Dream Team. So shout out to the Dream Team for doing that. And we won in 1992, we won in 1996, we won in 2000, and then we got lazy in 2004. Okay, we got lazy in 2004. There's just no other way to say it, because I guess the NBA players, the top players, felt like, you know what, we're already good enough, man. We don't have to go out there and we can send over a couple superstars and we'll still win gold. And then when we got complacent as a United States, as a country, that's when we started getting beat. And in 2004, when I graduated high school, I remember that summer well. Yeah, we got the bronze. We won bronze in 04. And although we had a few superstars on our team, we had a young LeBron James. We had Iverson, who was a little bit getting old. We had D Wade. We had Carmelo Anthony. We had Tim Duncan, who was getting a little older. But we had guys like Shawn Marion, Carlos Boozer, Richard Jefferson. These are not the top guys in the NBA, okay? Shout out to Richard Jefferson. He does a wonderful job on ESPN. He won a ring. He won a couple. He was a good player. But if we were to rank all the NBA players from 1 to 20, the top 20 players in the NBA in 2004, I'm sorry, Richard Jefferson is not on that list. He's not. Carlos Boozer is not on that list. Shawn Marion, with his ugly jump shot, is not on that list. So, what I'm saying to you is this year kind of feels like 2004. Now, in 2004, Argentina won the gold medal, and Italy. And there's no way in hell Argentina and Italy have better athletes and better basketball players than the United States of America. And we got a good coach. Greg Popovich was the coach of that team as well. But all I'm saying is that, yeah. So we lost in 2004, and then we wanted to get serious about it again. And then we had what was called the Redeem Team. Carlos Boozer was on that team as well. Oh, sorry, Carlos Boozer. But yeah, so look at the stars that you have on that team. Chris Paul came out. You had LeBron come out looking bigger and stronger. That was when LeBron was really ready to take over the NBA. You had D Wade, and this is when they really got together. Chris Bosh was there. This is the beginning of that all-star squad that formed in Miami. You had Jason Kidd, Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace, Anthony Darren Williams, just to name a few. But yeah, we got serious about it again. And then we decided, hey, we're going to win. We're going to show the world that we're the best in the world. And what happened was we finally won the gold again. And we won it in 2012 and 2016. But like I said, seems like every couple years, every couple Olympics, we get complacent. Let me show you the roster one more time. Okay? Bam Adebayo, not in my top 20 in the NBA. Bradley Beal is the top 20. Devin Booker, yes. Kevin Durant was a late add-on. Thank God for Kevin Durant, because if we didn't have Kevin Durant, I'm telling you right now, we might not even get a medal. All right? Devin Booker is a beast. We need Devin Booker. Yes, he needs facilitators. Jeremy Grant, Horace Grant's son, I'm sorry, he's not even in my top. I don't want to say a crazy statement right now, but he is not in my top 50 in the NBA, okay? He has no business being on the roster. I'm sorry. Jeremy. Sorry, Horace. Draymond Green, he's not in my top 20. Drew Holiday is not in my top 20. Zach LaVine, as high-flying as he is not in my top 20. Damian Lillard is. Kevin Love, okay? Kevin Love. Old dude Kevin Love. Nephew of one of the Beach Boys. He's a certain age. He's about as old as the Beach Boys right now. Kevin Love. Now, Greg Popovich came out yesterday and said that Kevin Love is going to have a big role on this team. Oh, my God. If that is the case, we are doomed, America. We are doomed. Imagine if we had LeBron James, Anthony Davis. I know he's injured, but Anthony Davis, KD, because KD's on the team, but add Harden, add Chris Paul to this team, Trae Young to this team, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard if he was healthy, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Donovan Mitchell. This is what our Olympic team should be every single year. when we go to the FIBAs, when we go to the Olympics, this is what we should bring out. Not this. Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine. Bam Adebayo. So good luck, America. We will all be watching regardless. But I'm just letting you know that I do not feel comfortable when we sending out a team like that to the Olympics. Now, speaking of the Olympics, it's been a rough week for this girl right here, Sha'Carri Richardson. She, of course, we know, set the world record at the Olympic trials, and it was a major, major story because of the way she looks. She's got a little bit of swagger. She's got the long nails. She's got the jewelry. She's got the wigs with the headband. Like she got different color hair. Like a lot of people love her, and honestly, she was going to bring a new demographic to the Olympics that hasn't been watching the Olympics the last few Olympics. So it was going to be a great story. We know that her biological mother just passed away. We saw how emotional her and her grandmother got when she did set the record, and she was going to really give us a chance to win the 100 meters in women's event, which we have not done in a long time. So she was our best hope, and she tested positive for marijuana. She came out and she womaned up. Not manned up. She womaned up. She said, I did smoke marijuana. I ingested some form of marijuana. She did it in a place where it is legal in Oregon. And I mentioned that I'm from Virginia, which just legalized marijuana on July 1st. And I live in California, which has the most lax laws in all of America when it comes to marijuana. So I don't really have a position on as far as I'm not here to tell you whether I'm an advocate for marijuana or not. I just know that it doesn't slow her down. It's not a performance enhancer. It's probably a performance dehancer. So it's just one of those things where, the rules are the rules. And we know going into something, the rules are. And regardless of how anybody feels about marijuana, if you're not supposed to smoke marijuana before an event, then damn it, don't smoke marijuana. And that just is what it is. Now, I feel like maybe the Olympics needs to take a look at the laws and maybe needs to take a serious second look at, the old school way of doing things as opposed to the new school way of doing things, and how America's laws and American states are changing one by one when it comes to marijuana. I definitely think that the Olympics needs to look at their testing and everything like that. But at the same time, Sha'Carri Richardson, if this is something that you've been preparing for your entire life, okay? And Olympics only comes around once every 4 years. Once every 4 years. You don't get this opportunity like that. So they did come out and suspend her for 30 days. But it was announced yesterday that she will not be running in the relays at all either. So she will not be running at Tokyo. So Sha'Carri Richardson is a very, very sad story right now. It's a very polarizing story because you got a lot of people who feel like marijuana should be legal, should be let go. You got a lot of people who feel like, oh, she broke the rules. Either way, my stance on it is that, yes, maybe they need to look at their testing, change some of the ways that they do things with the Olympics. But she knew the rules going in, and you got to follow the rules. And it just is what it is. And this is an opportunity that is going to regret for a long time. And we hope that there's a redeem team type of story for her. We hope that 4 years from now, she's able to compete. She's still in the same athletic shape. She takes her body. She does all the things that she needs to do. She's as fast as she still is. And we hope that she can be a great story in 2024 Olympics, the next Olympics. But yeah, it's just a terrible, terrible story. And I feel like America was robbed from watching a great story unfold, watching the ratings explode, and just watching a young girl accomplish her dream, her lifelong dream. So we wish the best for Sha'Carri Richardson. She's not a murderer. She didn't hurt anybody. But she definitely missed the opportunity of a lifetime. So this is Go Long Live with Barry Long 2 on CoachellaValley.com, as well as today's California.com. We appreciate everybody, all the feedback that we've been getting. We will talk sometime. So we will talk on Friday. We will talk about game 2 of the NBA Finals. So please tune in. And remember, stay inspired, stay motivated, and you are capable of anything. Bye.